Finally got this set up. I got the lights turned down and everything. It's finally breaking. Heat's finally going away. Uh, I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's I've got a lot of different videos and channels and stuff that I would like to do reactions to, and I s- I started recently. I've been trying to post video games and whatnot as often as I can. What's up, Tasha Wan? Heat go down the hole. It's I chilled the lights out and everything, man. I don't even have my normal lights on. But this dude right here, Unreal Reality, he said delves into creepiest, scariest, and most mysterious TikToks and YouTube shorts that have gone viral each week. I'm stepping back about a month. I don't want to be too behind the newest ones that are out, but I don't want to be too close to what he's currently putting out. You guys need to go check this guy out. Uh, let's see if I can pull this up. I pulled a thing up aside over here. I thought I was in the right thing. Yeah, it's over here. This guy right here, he gave me permission to be able to stream his content, and I even made one of these little things to go in the corner and one of those screens. That way, when I really do get into it, I'll be able to. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to avoid whatever any kind of political stuff. He does a really good job of that, but there aren't very many other safe areas. Like my goal, I've got this channel, I've got the Y Files, I've got Ted's horror tales. There's a whole bunch of different ones. If you hang with me during these streams right here, I promise I will try my absolute best to have you sleeping with some tinfoil on your head tonight. Let's get into it.
On the 12th of May of 2026, Chinese robotics company Unitree officially unveiled their GD01, which is a piloted robot.
More mysterious images just revealed. 160 government files detailing 400 alleged UFO encounters.
Where the hell did 3i Atlas go? And why is nobody talking about the chilling public announcement the CIA quietly released about it at the end of 2025?
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scary. It didn't happen.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to mysterious videos you probably shouldn't watch at 3 a.m. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
This guy, if you can catch his streams, if you can catch his premieres, I swear he responds to every single person almost. He has never not responded to one of my comments in his chat. What's up, Ray?
Guys, we have some brand new updates about the cruise ship, and it's not gonna be what you expect. More people have now tested positive for the virus, and a completely different cruise ship with over 100 people that are sick on it just showed up. There's a completely different cruise ship called the Caribbean Princess, and 115 people on board are sick with norovirus. This includes 102 passengers and 13 crew members. It's docking in Florida today, and they're doing a full deep clean of the entire ship before it goes back out. Now back to the original ship. It finally docked yesterday, and they got all 94 passengers off of it.
Is set to dock off Spain tomorrow with at least a dozen Americans on board.
And guys, another person started showing symptoms, and they sent them to a hospital in Atlanta. 15 of them are now in quarantine, and they got told that they could either stay for 42 days in quarantine or they could just go home and deal with it themselves. The World Health Organization is still saying that this will not be another COVID, but 6 states all across the US are still actively tracking people that were on that ship. This story has gotten...
All right, now just keep in mind that this was posted a month ago. So all those people went home.
so big all over social media that people are still betting on Kalshi on whether or not this is going to turn into something more serious or not. I am keeping you updated on absolutely everything, and now there is another ship involved. Make sure you add me so you don't miss the next update.
Norovirus, hantavirus, shit. Guys, at this point, we're just collecting pathogens like they're Pokemon.
So they are lying about this virus. I just came across something that is insane. You know how everyone doesn't want them to get off the ship, keep them on the ship, don't let them disembark?
Well, guess tomorrow, and we wouldn't be able to say anything.
You know, the husband, they flew back to Switzerland, they disembarked early, and now he went to the hospital, he has it, they're both in quarantine, they're monitoring her for symptoms. I was thinking, why would they let them off? It's very weird.
Right.
So as I started researching, guess what, guys? 23 people, not just those two, 23 people got off that cruise.
Wow.
At the same time. Many went on to travel to
ship
different, continue a trip somewhere else. Many went home. Like,
insane.
Went to Taiwan, went to the UK, went to Australia, went to the Netherlands, and guess what else? Went home to America.
Asking someone to self-quarantine is basically like asking a shark to stop eating the surfers. And speaking of bad decisions, let's meet the hero everyone's been listening to.
The man claiming to be a panicked passenger has been confirmed to be an actor. Many believe this may have been a deliberate attempt to create panic and drive views. Jack Rosmarin posted a video on the hantavirus cruise that looked like a complete breakdown. In the footage, he's wearing green and reciting his lines word for word, but sharp-eyed viewers noticed that he was clearly reading from a script. His facial expressions and hand movements were precise, every gesture seemingly rehearsed. Even the reactions of the passengers around him, the screaming and shocked expressions, were almost perfectly timed, making it look staged. What's even more striking is how similar this is to his previous involvement in COVID-19 promotional campaigns. The same style of acting, precise lines, and deliberate body movements.
Wow.
Adding to the suspicion, his sister Rachel Rosmarin works at a public health and emergency preparedness company. Many are speculating that this video may have been a calculated effort to generate both panic and viral content. On social media, viewers are furious, debating whether the virus incident was real or deliberately staged for content. Some argue this goes beyond mere acting. It's a mix of public fear and online attention grabbing. What do you think? Was this a genuine panic or a carefully orchestrated performance? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Dude's not a victim. He's a franchise. He probably gets a commission every time a new variant drops. And speaking of franchise,
I think they probably got him out of the same actor pool that they're getting for astronauts and everything else, man. It's another one of those random actors that do important government jobs.
Disney Cruise Line is in their own nightmare right now. Roll it.
The Disney cruise ship child trafficking ring is so much deeper than you think. If you haven't heard, a Disney cruise ship was raided in a massive child exploitation sting, and 10 Disney employees were arrested. But it is so much deeper than that. Let's start in 2022. Disney employees and former judge among 108 arrested in human trafficking sting. That must be a coincidence though, right? 2021, parents sue Disney Cruise Line for $20 million over alleged essay of 3-year-old daughter. 2019, Disney cruise worker charged with 13-year-old girl.
What?
2014, Disney Cruise Line fails to promptly report SA of 11-year-old girl.
Wow.
This has happened so many times that when the news reports arrest, they just say another Disney Cruise Line worker arrested. But there's no way that the same company with ties to Epstein could possibly be running some kind of child trafficking
can
ring,
we
right?
say that?
That has to just be a crazy
I don't
coincidence.
think we can say
right?
that.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but unfortunately, I don't think I am.
Like, seriously, with all these lawsuits, how is the mouse still allowed to sail? At this point, Disney's on a cruise line. It's a floating legal liability. Moving on.
Watch this.
Moving on.
Taylor Swift almost ruined her career because she should have never reacted like that in front of the cameras. During the event where Taylor was filmed, you can hear Ice Spice speaking and starting her speech after her performance. Then she thanks the audience and thanks God for what she has today. But that's when Taylor's face changes and shows us something strange, an expression that looked like she was in complete disagreement with what had just been said. And that's when it becomes disturbing. Taylor Swift has called herself Christian for a very long time. She has always shown it publicly. So why would simply hearing the word God trigger that kind of reaction? Right. You can clearly see it wasn't an uncomfortable look. It was a look of rejection. You know very well that in this industry, the level of power she has doesn't come for free. There is always a price, and this video shows it clearly. First, facial reactions can't really be controlled. Taylor Swift showed her real face that day, and everyone forgot about it.
Oh, I can't stand Taylor Swift. She was all smiles a second ago, right up until the point she realized she wasn't the one being thanked.
Yo, I'm not religious by any means. Never been to church a day in my life, right? Look at this car that I picked up last night off of 84. Burnt to a crisp. Everything gone. The only thing in the car that didn't burn are the Bibles that are in the trunk.
Wow.
And only the outside of the pages are touched.
Crazy.
Y'all want to see some spooky shit? That shit is weird as
I don't know. Maybe this right here is why Taylor Swift looked so upset. Maybe she's finally realizing that the competition is quite literally fireproof.
Does anyone else remember?
Maybe they were putting there afterwards. I don't know. Like that car was melted.
Rotten.com. Rotten.com was a shock site that was active from 1996 to 2012. On the site, you could find anything from videos of real autopsies, crime scene photos, victims of natural disasters, genocide, and pretty much any other awful thing you could think of. The developers of this website rarely posted their own images or videos, and most of the content was actually shared by users of the site itself. And believe it or not, it was incredibly popular. When entering the site, you would see a very simple interface with a bunch of hyperlinks, some of which I had to blur out. The links never had any thumbnails next to them, and there were no hints about what you would see if a link was clicked. Most of the time, the only guess you would have about what the link would show you once you opened it was a one-line description, often disturbingly trying to be humorous about the circumstances behind that image or video. For example, under the title Swan Dive, you would find images of the people jumping from the Twin Towers on 9/11, and Rotten.com was actually the first to publish those images. There was also an area of the website called Celebrity More, where you could view reports and photos from famous people's autopsies. The craziest thing about this is that it was hosted on the surface web, meaning it was totally accessible for anyone to come across on a standard web browser. Throughout its existence, the owners of Rotten.com had faced legal pressure from families of the victims whose images were being shown without their authorization. And even though, from a legal standpoint, they had no grounds to shut the website down because of free speech laws, the developers did eventually take the website down after years of declining traffic to the site as social media was now on the rise.
Ah, yes, the 90s. No filters, no trigger warnings, just pure unadulterated trauma for a Tuesday afternoon.
It was
what do y'all remember?
No better way to describe the 90s. The majority of that was just pure trauma.
Or about rotten.com. Drop it down below, guys.
Why are so many well-connected people with access to inside information suddenly convinced we are living in the end times? Not just religious leaders, scientists, billionaires, AI engineers.
They don't usually
the very
lean
people
this
building the
religious heavy
future
either.
are beginning to sound afraid. Humanity is approaching a threshold we've never seen before. Artificial general intelligence. A machine that can actually think and not just follow commands. A machine that can reason, manipulate, and potentially outgrow human control entirely. Combine this with surveillance, digital identity, predictive algorithms, facial recognition. Suddenly ancient prophecies start sounding less symbolic and more technologically plausible. A world where no one can buy or sell without permission. A system that watches everyone with godlike omnipresence. For thousands of years, those ideas sounded like superstition. But every day now, these ideas are beginning to sound more and more like our everyday lived experience. What do y'all think about this?
Oh, that's nothing. If you thought tracking was invasive, wait until you see this next company that's letting AI agents rent out humans as personal interns. Roll it.
Somebody built a website that allows AI agents to rent humans for physical tasks. It's about as Black Mirror as anything I've seen. The site is called rentahuman.ai.
Oh, yeah?
And the crazy part is, humans are actually signing up for this. The site was originally created by a developer named Alex, and his idea was actually pretty simple. AI agents are getting extremely capable. But what happens if, to finish a task, they need to do something in the physical world? Pick up a package for someone, attend a meeting in person, physically check a store if they have a specific item. AIs don't have arms or legs, and robots don't exist yet, so they need humans in the real world to complete the last mile of physical work. It's all a bit dystopian until you see that over 700,000 people have signed up, filled out their profile with skills, and some are already getting paid doing work. If you think about it, this is kind of no different than DoorDash or Postmates, except that instead of humans ordering, it's the AIs requesting to do stuff. I don't know where I said on all this, but one thing is for sure, the world is definitely getting weirder.
Well, we have officially crossed over into dystopia.
It makes sense. Like, if the AI are smart enough to make their own decisions now, there's a lot of things that they're just not quite capable of doing. Like, the simplest thing I can think of would be installing a new server somewhere and attaching it. Like, that's something that the AI can't physically do yet. And I'm sure that there's a lot of tasks like that. And there's a lot of us that need jobs. So what are you going to do when the AI overlords offer you freaking $25, $30, $35, $40 an hour to stand in the street with a sign in your hand for no reason?
Territory. Nothing says the future quite like a line of code hiring a human to pick up its dry cleaning.
On the 12th of May of 2026, Chinese robotics company Unitree officially unveiled their GD-01, which is a piloted robot, like a manned robot that a human pilot sits inside of like an open frame for. Apparently, it's able to switch between being bipedal, like standing upright, walking like a humanoid, or also quadruped, where it can walk on four legs like an animal. It's roughly 1.6 times the height of an average adult, and it weighs around 500 kilograms when the pilot is inside of it. In the launch video, they demonstrated some of the strength of the GD-01 by punching through a brick wall with one arm. Apparently, this thing is going to be marketed as a civilian transport vehicle for recreation, industrial applications, and for personal use.
How much?
Apparently, they have not designed this for military use, at least according to the company. And for the price of approximately $540,000 to $650,000 US, you could own one yourself, which is basically like saying, for the price of a house, you can buy one yourself. Unitree's calling it the first mass-produced manned mecha, and they're also describing it as production ready.
Never mind buying a house. For the low price of $500,000, you can look like a tactical nightmare while picking up your groceries. Not a bad way to spend $500,000.
Did you guys hear about the depression brain chip? So a man who had severe depression for more than 3 decades appears to have gone into remission thanks to a bespoke brain pacemaker that selectively activates different areas of the brain.
Wow.
This experimental thing where they literally put a brain chip in this person's brain and electrically activate the part of your brain that brings joy.
I don't know how I like that.
To me, that was freaky.
Like
yeah. I mean, I think that's cool. Feeling joy for the first time in 30 years is insane.
Amazing.
But at the same time, how you can take something, and with this talk of all these brain chips, Neuralink, that one company we talked about, you can affect emotions now.
Yeah, and there's just implications of that. Like, what other emotions can they control?
It makes me think of Kingsman. That signal to where it makes everyone angry and want to.
One that'll be remotely operated.
That movie with the English spies, they set this thing off and made everybody start fighting all over the whole world at the same time. That was wild.
Then, like that could be scary.
It's interesting.
Lady had swords for legs.
When you think though about, because like a lot of those antidepressants, they're like dopamine regulators and stuff like that, but then it begs the question of where do you draw the moral line? Like, I'm a doom scroller, I'm regulating my dopamine by watching YouTube. Where in this conversation do we draw the line and say this is good, this is not?
What are we talking about? A brain chip that manually activates happiness? Guys, that's not just a medical breakthrough, that is a literal on switch for your soul.
Yo, pause. Where the hell did 3i Atlas go? And why is nobody talking about the chilling public announcement the CIA quietly released about it at the end of 2025? Remember that interstellar object that was making its way towards us for like the entire second half of 2025? The one that scientists, professors, and just hordes of people online were insisting may in fact be an alien spaceship? Did anyone else notice how everyone just almost immediately stopped talking about it at the same time? Shortly after it made its closest approach to us here on Earth on December 19th, 2025. And these Photoshop lens flare looking edits are still somehow the best photos NASA has been able to take of it. 3i Atlas was all the rage in 2025, and now radio silence. And there's a very specific reason for that. Because first, this video started circulating online after 3i's closest approach to us in December. Some sort of aerial phenomenon of concentric circles in the shape of a wheel in the sky, which people are saying looks a lot like Ezekiel's wheel, or the Ophanim from the Bible, a biblically accurate depiction of an angel, with bodies covered in eyes and moving with wheels within wheels, according to the book of Ezekiel. But of course, this video was allegedly determined to be AI, and for argument's sake, sure, let's just say it is, because these photos of 3i Atlas sure aren't. Captured by amateur astrophotographer Diego Sanarrujo on November 20th, 2025, just a month earlier, compiling 4,000% deep zoom images over a 20-minute stacked exposure, and I don't know, let me know if you see it too. Then on January 14th, 2026, Hubble Space Telescope observed 3 mini-jets shooting out of 3i, each one separated by near perfect 120-degree angles from the other, something that Avilob agrees looks very artificial.
It's got to be some type of a world record. The hype left faster than it came, just in time for the government to drop their UFO files. Check this out.
They gotta still be tracking it though, right? They gotta be. Tell me they're still trying to figure out exactly where it might be. No. It is in the constellation Gemini, about 903 million miles from here, with a faint cometary tail visible only in long exposure images currently. So we can still see its tail. So this entire time we've been able to see it. How come it didn't? Everybody's eyes weren't on it when it coming out from behind the sun like we were waiting on.
More mysterious images just revealed. 160 government files detailing 400 alleged UFO encounters, including this infrared military video from 2013 of what appears to be an 8-pointed star streaking across the sky.
What? 8-pointed star streaking across the sky.
Mysterious white and black aerial blips that defy the laws of physics. More grainy still images of the unexplained. And this image taken from the moon by the Apollo 17 astronauts of what appears to be lights hovering overhead. The astronauts later suggested it could have been.
I've got so much footage on the moon, bro. Like, there's too much stuff to go over about the moon. I could pull up footage that lasts for days about NASA.
Ice crystals. Today, President Trump posted, with these new documents and videos, the people can decide for themselves. But there are no reports of aliens or spacecraft in government custody. Many leading astrophysicists remain skeptical.
Just because you see something and you don't know what it is, you can't then say, it must be aliens visiting from outer space.
The documents date back to the 1940s, including
Neil deGrasse Tyson's one of my favorite ones to watch.
An FBI report from an Air Force colonel reporting a flying disc. More recent reports from fighter pilots. This diagram from people who claim they witnessed a cigar-shaped object. And a 2023 video of 3 concentric circles flying in unison.
I have not seen anything to suggest that we've been visited by any intelligent life forms out there.
But the universe is massive, at least 2 trillion galaxies and trillions more planets.
Given the vastness of the universe, it's really hard to imagine that life, and even intelligent life, hasn't formed somewhere. It's hard to imagine that anybody is visiting us or continually visiting us.
One document has caught everyone's eye. One internal memo from 1966 has stood out for its descriptions of crewmen associated with an unidentified flying object. According to the memo, which was sent from the FBI's San Francisco office to Director J. Edgar Hoover, investigators tracked reports of a landed craft and their occupants. The document notes that a few witnesses have reported seeing crewmen who have landed from the objects, describing the entities as 3.5 to 4 feet tall, wearing what appeared to be spacesuits and helmets. Newly declassified FBI documents have detailed extraordinary witness accounts of small suited figures exiting mysterious crafts during a massive wave of sightings in the 1960s. Witnesses reported that the craft emitted a force field that interfered with power sources and electromagnetic equipment. In some instances, the ground beneath the objects was found scorched after they departed. Laboratory analysis mentioned in the files described the debris as exceptionally hard unknown metal and magnesium alloys. One specific material was noted for containing thousands of 15-micron metal spheres throughout, whatever that means, and showing clear evidence of micrometeorite impacts on its surface.
Guys, I've been screaming this from the rooftops from day one. Until ET is standing right in front of me, this is just a high-budget nothing burger. Moving on.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Right. I could not have said that better. Like, all the pictures and the videos and whatnot, they're cool to see. But, yeah, I kind of need to see it with my eyeballs.
Scary. It didn't happen. It could have been scary.
I heard nobody been to the moon in such a long time.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon.
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
You watched animation.
This goes out to all of the viewers. Why is the guy who apparently landed on the moon saying that he didn't land on the moon? Why is he going to downplay one of the greatest achievements of this century? And you say we're the ones that are crazy, but you refuse to believe man that apparently has actually been there, saying that no, it's not true, we didn't go there. Who's the crazy one really? Some people will literally believe anything that's put on a television set. Just take it as gospel truth.
I don't know, maybe that one small step was really one giant leap for the Hollywood special effects department. If the guy who's been there says he's never been there, when are we going to stop pretending? Anyone? Anyone?
Bueller?
How did moon photos?
I've seen the insides of some of these studios and whatnot they claim to have not recorded in. It's wild. I'll put a video together about NASA, I swear.
Appear in newspapers the very next morning. If Apollo astronauts were nearly 250,000 miles away,
if signals had to travel through space, across oceans, through labs and printing presses? How did everything line up overnight? And if this was the greatest journey ever taken, why did the pictures feel instantly ordinary? In 1969, photos weren't texts. Cameras used film. Film had to be handled, processed, selected, captioned, transmitted, edited, laid out, printed, bundled, and delivered. That's dark rooms, chemicals, drying racks, scanners, cables, editors, deadlines, and massive printing machines. Yet headlines showed clear lunar images the very next day. No delays, no developing soon, just done. So here's the pause. Maybe the tech was incredible. Or maybe the story we've been handed quietly skips a few steps. Questioning the timeline doesn't attack science. It checks the workflow. And when you slow it down, you notice how many human hands and machines were required, all working perfectly, with zero margin for error, across continents overnight. Think about it for a second. Radio rooms buzzing, antennas turning, oceans crossed by undersea cables, film labs glowing red, editors racing clocks, presses shaking buildings at dawn. Now ask yourself, was every image sent live? Or, were some prepared earlier? Were newspapers reacting or receiving? On a flat level world, short paths and centralized control feel simpler. But on a spinning globe with vast distances, the speed feels, well, almost magical. Picture forklifts moving paper rolls, ink tanks filling, clocks on newsroom walls hitting midnight, delivery trucks warming their engines, kids on bikes tossing papers at sunrise. Smooth, seamless, perfectly timed, from the surface of the moon to your doorstep by morning. No hiccups, no holdups, no headline reading photos coming soon.
Sure.
Just instant history, neatly packaged and delivered before most people had finished their coffee. Live events leave traces of chaos. Missed shots, rushed edits, last-minute changes. But this felt rehearsed, polished, ready. And that feeling, that quiet, nagging feeling that something moved a little too smoothly, is exactly the kind of thing worth sitting with.
Yeah, great question. How did NASA get HD pictures from the moon to Earth in 1969 in less than 24 hours? If you know the answer, please, guys, drop it down below.
I want to just go home.
I mean, just the phone call. They talked to the president. Like, the most... They're talking like they had TI-83 plus kind of technology, like scientific calculator is as good as it got. They didn't even have freaking computers.
Gotta get to the parking lot. I want to go home. I'm so scared. Just gotta get to the parking lot.
Were they driving into the clouds?
I can't breathe.
And you're running out of oxygen.
I don't want to breathe anymore.
No.
Footsteps.
Mm-mm.
Hike up there. Oh my gosh, I can't do this.
Nope.
I want to go home. I want to go home. Can you just turn around? No.
Where is he gonna turn around,
bro?
Okay. Let's have to do the parking lot, alright? Okay. It's just up here. Okay, we're almost there. You see it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's scary.
Welcome to Pikes Peak, where the views are breathtaking because you're quite literally hyperventilating the entire time. No thanks, guys. That's a hard pass
And
for
the
me.
air is thin.
Like, bro, this video, it's a group of urban explorers, and they go around exploring abandoned buildings, haunted places, and in this one video, they visit this abandoned building that's said by the public to be haunted by a specific jinn or an entity that whenever you get close to this building, it mimics you.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
They actually end up capturing the mimic or the doppelganger or the jinn on camera and what?
क्या हुआ क्या देख लिया वो एकदम लेफ्ट साइड से कुछ
What are you saying?
क्या देखा यार वो इतनी कोई चीज खड़ी काली जी
Oh shit, there's something there. So right there, it's just the entity. It's just a shadowy figure, right? It hasn't taken shape. But watch.
يلا
They're all the way inside. There are three.
You said there's three.
Well, at first it was one, now there's three.
Same.
Should I be out? Like, bro, yo, imagine it's us, right? We're like a random ass place, and then we see ourselves, bro. What the f do you even do? I looked up the actual video, and there's more shit that happens. What? How could this even get crazy? It's already crazy.
What do you do at that point? You run, they follow you? They want to try to replace you or what?
Shit.
क्या क्या हो गया इन्होंने
Oh, no. Wait, what the? He just saw.
Yeah, sure. It's all fun and games and smiles right up until the shadow person starts looking back at you with your own face. No thanks, guys. I'm good. That's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, we are shooting for 200,000 subscribers this year. Go sub. The members group is open. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Man, I appreciate him so much for letting me do some reaction streams to his stuff. I am gonna get more put together. Like, that was episode 8. You guys, please go hit the, smash likes, subscribes, and everything for this guy. He's definitely one of my favorite YouTubers nowadays. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate you watching some TV with me.